Welcome to the Offspace podcast. It's your host with the motherfucking most, True Co-Offer.
And it's your favorite co-host, As the Go-Offer.
And today we have, I'm not even going to introduce you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You've been on here too much. Just go ahead and jump in.
I was on here like 3 weeks ago.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Cullen. For sure.
I was about to say you didn't introduce yourself.
Yeah,
I'm Cullen. So, like, yeah.
All right. For sure, Steve. And I guess we'll just get it rolling straight into just what y'all's week's been like. Like, what did y'all get into for the past week?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm tired of being at y'all's place. Using it, man. No, honestly, I feel like I'm here so damn much just to like do shit and like work on like the podcast and other things that we do. But it's been a good time, and
we got a third roommate.
It's fun. Honestly, too, because there's one thing to note here for all my sports fans out there, sports video game fans too. You know, a lot of shit was talked on my name in FIFA, and I came back and redeemed myself. Bring the FIFA back. And so I'm 2-1 right now against a certain person. I know he wants to defend himself.
Oh, you got 2 dubs now.
Yes, sir. The record on that is 2-1.
They started a new little account, so they can officially. Okay. I remember.
Is that kind of game from yesterday?
Yeah.
He like, I mean, you already know. Like,
it wasn't.
He won those. No, the regular account is a little different.
But that's just how mine. It's been real boring. Besides, and that party was fun. But
hey, shout out.
We were being responsible, y'all.
Shouts out to Scott and crew for sure. That party was definitely pretty fun. I played a lot of FIFA this week. I feel like I got my ass killed the whole time.
Are you good at it?
I'm so mid. I'm so fucking mid at that game. It's incredible. But I have fun now. I'm happy to say I enjoy it now. Or just get your ass beat. No, for sure. I just don't lose in many things, so I like to humble myself. Like once this nigga was like,
that's cap for sure. 50% free throw shooter, maybe.
Hey, apparently my man said he shoots 9 for 10.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, like y'all give me 10 warm-up shots, just 10 warm-up shots, just 10, and I'm shooting 9 for 10.
That's
9
fair.
for 10 if you shoot 10 warm-up shots.
That's fair.
9 for 10.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put $100 in that. Whenever you're ready, because you're talking out pocket right now.
You were so sure. You don't think I'll hit 9?
Definitely not.
So if I hit under 7, you have to pay me?
Under 7?
That doesn't even you tried to run me in mid-bet. That's crazy. The confidence, though, I see it. You don't even have it.
I do have the confidence.
It's there. How's the rest of your week been, though?
I mean, the rest of my week's been cool. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoyed the luxuries of being myself. But other than that, I've just been chilling. Like, all jokes aside, we've been working hard on I say we've been, like we worked hard for a day, but we had planning before. We had planning before for our PPE sales we've been doing on the side, you know. We'll keep it on the super low.
Oh, yeah,
this nigga.
Wait until there's something to celebrate about.
Oh, yeah, for sure, before there's a trophy.
Gotta manifest, bro.
For sure. But how's your week been?
Man, you know, we go through this every time I'm here. I bitch about my job. You know, same old.
I mean, you're supposed to be here. Weren't you supposed to have off?
Man, but you see, I can't complain about that because, like, we work on Fridays.
Okay.
So, like, Monday, they're like, oh, yeah, y'all ain't got to work. So, you know, everyone's lit. Hell yeah. And then Thursday night comes, and they're like, oh, can y'all pull up for, like, 5 hours?
You're like, yeah.
I have a choice.
I'll be there sharp.
I guess shit. Jumping straight from that into music, I guess. Did y'all have heat checks?
I have a heat check. I do.
Yes, sir.
What's your heat check?
And I'm not gonna lie, because I don't want to say it's from like an underrated artist or anything like that, because I've just heard the song, and to be fair, I think the guy's already kind of made a name for himself where he's been on, but I've just kind of been asleep on it. So the song is Prospect featuring Lil Baby by Dior. I'm sure people have probably heard that.
I've heard of bro.
Yeah.
I never really listened to his music though.
All right, for sure. And Dior,
Dior.
I'm not going to lie to you, I've never actually heard of that person, which makes me feel bad because usually I've at least like through the rumblings like heard of the people. But there are a lot of people that, and this isn't a bad thing at all in the slightest bit, but like will be kind of low key, like off the grid, like grind up enough music, get enough money, like whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then just get the features they know is going to go.
Yeah.
You know, like the feature they know is going to go. So this could just be his moment. Like they really put the money down on him, whoever's back.
I'd be saving my money for a Drake feature.
Nigga.
I don't know. How much money?
What?
And an artist.
Honestly, I don't think Drake would charge, bro. I think he would genuinely just want to fuck with you for the culture.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm with
Drake's
you on
really
that.
big on
But
like
that makes it harder.
SoundCloud listening, like
For sure. But
Doesn't that make it harder to get that feature then? Because it'd have to be somebody he really wanted to fuck with.
yeah.
You have to be like a fucking, like, wasn't he even talking about like a Baby Keem? Like, he'll probably even work with like a Baby Keem because the artists he randomly really fucks with that are smaller artists, he'll happily work with them. I feel like he probably doesn't charge those niggas.
This is weird. But do y'all remember when he signed I Love McConan?
Yes, I remember that. I was so happy.
See, it's stuff like that.
I was so happy when he signed
It's-
McConan because McConan was going crazy. His music was so
He had a
fun.
good run, but I don't know what happened.
I don't know if it was label stuff or what, but it is kind of sad because there was just moments where that shit was iconic.
Dude, Club Going Up was a big song, but like, have you listened to it recently?
Tuesday.
It's kind of ass. Like McConaughey's part is like pretty ass, bro. I'm like, damn, we really used to turn up to this. Like,
going crazy to it.
I want to say it's because of the time, but like,
well, he also had that one song, I Don't Sell Molly No More.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun.
Super fine, bro. He had a few songs. He had a
I
few
used to
songs
remember
for
like
sure.
him
the
inside
Water
of
song, too.
Look at Riz.
Look
And
at
that
Riz.
video was fucking.
Look at Riz. That whole moment in Atlanta, though, period,
That
just like in the
was
city,
big.
was a
Yeah,
legendary
that was
moment. That was really.
Key, honestly, like,
He should
put them on a like
Key.
pedestal in a
What?
sense.
I could go on a rant about Key just
think we
because
did.
I think Key.
I think we did though. The first podcast with Colin.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about how Key
talked
got
about
hoed. We got.
So if y'all want to, go ahead and turn back into that. I think it was the We Got Him with the Zion or maybe or something like that.
I don't know. I think y'all
that
came
was the
to
first
like,
one, I think.
Because that's hilarious.
So go ahead and check back
This
in on
nigga
that.
Ezzy was always on point. He was like, by the way, we have an episode for that one, buddy. If you want to go click the stream.
Hey, man.
That's funny. That's fine, though. That's fine. He's on
Same
point. with it.
memories all there.
And so, moving on to my heat check, I don't know if I already did this song, and truly, if I already did this song, I don't care because of the fact that
It's just so
I just
beautiful.
enjoyed it so much.
Mhm.
But it's gonna be "Best Day Ever" by Mac Miller.
Man,
For
such
sure, R.I.P. to the guy.
I like that.
And what's yours, Colin?
Mine is Major Payne by Ola Runt.
Oh, that nigga fire, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says.
For the record, Ola is doo-doo.
No. The songs be so turned, though.
The songs do be turned,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
his bars are slick, like kind of lit sometimes, you know.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie, I don't really listen to a lot of it. So the fact that you said it very
I
confidently.
did say it confidently.
I'm
I
going to
know
go
you've
ahead.
been
I've
like,
been-
bumping it crazy. Bumping it crazy.
Is it one of those songs that I probably have heard?
No.
But like you
No,
wouldn't know?
you haven't heard it. No, you haven't heard it.
Oh, okay.
He's one of Gucci's signed artists, like on the So Icy Records. Like,
I made a face too. That's no.
Just be
I'm not gonna
prepared.
get
Like,
that,
just, you know, like, be prepared.
I think he's only signed 5 artists, by the way. I've listened to all of the artists.
Really?
on the So Icy, for sure. But I also
Who
think
do
I
you
might
think-
get super support Gucci.
Who do you think's a better A&R, Gucci or Birdman?
Gucci, 100%.
Gucci or Birdman?
Gucci, 100%.
Feel
And it's not close. It's not
Really?
close. And I'm no disrespect to Birdman. It's just like, it's just,
no, this,
bro.
nowadays, yeah, I would give the
Gucci's just like, he always knows before everybody. That
But
this
to be
person's
fair, who
about to
did
be
he
a
pick?
star.
Who did he pick up besides like the? I don't want to say.
Gucci Slick Discover Amigo.
I'm not saying Gucci.
Oh,
I'm saying
Birdman?
Besides,
the Hot
obviously,
Boys.
now,
now Rich Homie and Young Thug. Y'all
was that a Birdman picking them up, or was that like
That was
Hey,
a
he
Birdman
put them
pickup.
together,
Yeah,
bro.
that was
That's a Birdman pickup.
the
that
phone
counts
line?
as the
Okay. All right, you know what? I feel like he has the most heavy hitters. Gucci
Yeah.
probably has the most consistent though.
He's still signing artists to this day.
For sure, that no one's talking
Yeah, they
about.
kind of. He has this like Asian dude who's like a street rapper.
Is he 5?
I wonder if I know. Is he part of like Higher Brothers?
Not five. Oh, I don't know.
No. I think it's I'm not gonna remember dude's name, but he's not a part of Higher Brothers.
Okay.
He did, but that'd be so fire. Like, what if he randomly signed
no,
the collective?
sign a-
That'd be
Nah,
randomly
because they're
so-
signed to 88 Rising.
So,
Bro.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
No one should
So, like,
sign
that
to
makes sense.
Birdman. First of all, like I
oh, not Birdman. I'm talking about. Oh, my bad. I was thinking Gucci this whole time. I was like,
we're all thinking about something different right now.
Yeah,
That's funny as shit.
All right.
I signed to Birdman at this point right now, though.
No,
Bro, I wouldn't have to work anymore. Like,
I feel it.
That's
it'd
all
be an
personal.
investment. I'd start
Yeah.
doing like Forex or something. Like,
He said I suck.
we live in Atlanta, so
Dude, I know exactly where we're going. That's
If my free
hilarious.
time ever is just like, you know what, I'm going on Forex. That's a different point in life.
But that's funny as shit. But moving on to music that came out this week.
What have you been listening
before
to?
we
I've
get
been listening to like a lot of singles. I'm not gonna say like
a lot of
the
singles.
albums. Yeah.
I've listened to a couple singles and a few projects for this week. I downloaded a random one that I saw on there just because I have a random infatuation with this woman's voice. And That's the Sarah Bareilles dropped. I don't know why.
I know that.
I
You really
just
do.
love her voice.
Since
for some reason.
you were like a kid.
Like, love her voice. And so I saw she dropped a little demo tape, like whatever. Just, it's demos from an original series. And I guess she probably sung the soundtrack, whatever. I'm going to go listen to that.
There's only 3 songs, so that's not going to be a hard, like, little bit to digest there. But
And then Dave East released a project. And I actually, before we even.
It was good.
It was a great project. I loved it. I was happy for that too. Shouts out to...
I don't sing his praises a lot on this podcast. I want that to be something like, no, I liked it.
Shouts out to Mike and Keys. They produced joints on that too. And that shit went crazy. But I have a question.
Oh, God.
This is just showing you guys a little bit where my brain goes. And it's fucked. It's fucked for sure. So I was listening to the Dave East project, right? Mm-hmm. And while I was listening to the project, I thought of an old Dave East song I like, right? So I went and I listened to Keisha by Dave East. Really good song. Keisha by Dave East. Showed you that song. Yeah. It's a really good song.
When you thought I was plotting on you, you started trying to compare me to Keisha, but it's whatever. We'll get it on a different day.
He was praying on my downfall this weekend. Don't worry. He wasn't really, though. He was looking out. That's my dog. But I just like to fuck with him, as y'all probably could tell by any episode of this podcast. But anyways, I was listening to Keisha. And there's a line in the song where he said he fucked your bitch delirious. I've never heard someone describe having sex like that. If someone walked up to you and said, with a straight face, I fucked your bitch delirious, how would you respond?
Was it okay? So, like, did they just walk up out of the blue? Like, I turned the street corner and it's like, what's up? I'm here.
I was like, a bitch delirious.
No. Like, this nigga, like, y'all were chilling at a spot, right? Your legs are
scenario.
Your legs are kicked back. You got your arms around her. You know what I'm saying? You got the Douce bottle. Nice plug. We need that sponsorship one day. All right, cool. And then some weirdo nigga in the corner, you know what I'm saying? He's looking sketchy. Don't get me wrong. He's looking a little sketchy. And I'm not saying Davies is a weirdo before people get weird about this, but I'm just building a scenario. And so some nigga is standing in a corner, right? Mm-hmm. He's looking a little weird. He's like he's the guy that keeps touching his strap at the party, right? Making niggas uncomfortable. God. And so he walks over acting all tough, chest puffed out. And he's like, nigga, I just wanted you to know I fucked your bitch delirious. And then he just stared at you. Now you have to fill in the next part of the sentence.
Do you want to go first?
What do you do?
I don't know. You have to go first because I'd be confused.
I'm taking it back. I'm just going to be like...
taking it back. That's so what he
I'm asking no bullshit. That happened to me. I'm probably drunk at this point.
Bro, what the fuck?
I'm probably drunk at this point. True. Probably a lot going on. Like,
do say sponsorship.
My man, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, are you good right now? And he's like, bro, for real, I fuck your bitch delirious.
Bro, he acted out the scenario.
And he said that. If he said that to me, I'd be like, all right, man, let's go talk for a second. Because clearly something's off. And if he's being dead ass, to be fair, one of us got to leave that party.
Bro, what?
One of us got to leave.
What are you doing then? Are you fighting him?
Am I going to fight him? First off, I'm not about to fight you over that. Because at that point, there's bigger problems at hand here. I'm going to be hurt, but I'm not going to stoop down to that and just start throwing
that
hands
dude probably has like superhuman crazy strength, so I'm not going to fight him. Like, if he's coming up to me like that, like, nah.
You said he's gripping a strap the whole night, too. That was
and he's gripping a strap the whole night.
Part of the reason.
True, to be completely honest. I wouldn't even probably talk to the nigga.
I'd be like, damn, bro.
To be completely
I buy him a drink or something. Just some nigga.
I buy him a drink? No, I'm not gonna lie, because he seemed kind of mad, too. Like, he's coming up to you type of way. Like,
you're like, damn, bro.
Jesus fucking
I'm sorry.
Like, that's actually fucking hilarious. He said I'd buy him a drink.
For real, I'd be like, yo, I'm sorry, bro.
What'd she do to you?
Yeah. And before we get into the next song, though, because it was a single, Snoop released a song called Nipsey Blue. Really good song. I enjoyed it myself. But we do want to give a shout out to the fact that it was Nipsey Hussle's 35th birthday. So happy C-Day to him once again.
Dude, I never knew he was that old. That's not really
I was about to say that.
I knew he was about that age just because he was one of the
35.
first people. He was one of the first people with the Drake feature. Like, dumb long ago. Like, they're about the same age. Drake is like 33.
What?
Yeah, Nip had that shit in like 07, 08. Yeah.
I think I heard a Nipsey Hussle from like a Dom Kennedy mixtape or like a Currency mixtape.
If it was from Dom, it was probably Please, and it was Get Home Safe.
This was
Oh, you're talking about like long
right?
Get Home Safe.
Like 2010, 2011.
Nah,
Get Home Safe came out like my senior year.
Yeah, Get Home Safe.
It was like 2013.
Get Home Safe definitely came out a little bit later, so never mind. But they're homies. I'm sure they have plenty of music together. I just always go to Please because that's my favorite collaboration from them. But I mean, definitely pay respects, of course, and shouts out to him. because we don't have to go into that rant anymore. But y'all already know how we feel about Nipsey on this podcast. We definitely give respect to him whenever we can. And then Cash Page dropped a project, Teenage Fever.
Y'all been listening to that Lil Key project?
The Lil Key project. I'm not gonna lie, I listened to it a little bit. I listened to it a little bit. It was hard. What I heard of it was hard.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, yeah. Oh, did you think it was mid?
Trust me, dude. I'm all for like, you know, Key. I feel like Key is our new age thug from what Thug used to be. You don't think so?
I feel like he's trying to be, but at the same time, it's way too hard to recreate and redo what Young Thug did. So, like, no matter how good you are, it's never going to come off the same.
We see it done so many times, though.
Yeah. He birthed a lot of people that are doing a lot of the same shit.
It's just like,
you know, out of all
it's
the
just
actors,
like, I have to reiterate on this podcast, like I've said multiple times, if you go back
agree with you on that one,
episodes, I truly felt like Young Thug could have been the second coming of Jesus at a point. Like, no, I'm dead serious. I'm deadpan serious. They didn't see me. I'm not laughing. I'm just being honest with y'all.
I know you really mean
like ask Esgo. Like really, like he would drop music and it'd be nothing but fire. I'd be so confused how hard the music.
When did you start listening to
the Black Portland tape? I was late. For Atlanta State.
That's when I actually, bro. It was a point in time where I hated Thug. Like
I couldn't stand it.
I came from nothing 1 all the way to 3. I became a Thug fan from like 10-17 Thug. Like,
really?
When Gucci signed him, that's when I became like a Young Thug fan.
And he had the features on one of the tapes, the Molly Leaner Gas tape.
Yeah, he
like,
did. He did the intro.
He went stupid.
He spazzed on the intro.
I did not like him though. I started liking him way later than everybody.
God,
I think
stupid.
I started liking him because I was a hater on
that. That was one of my favorite moments.
I think I was trying to be a hater too, because like there were songs that he made that everybody listened to. Yeah. I was jamming out to, but like on the low. That was
one of my favorite.
I wasn't trying to support him. But 2014, I just turned and I was like, you know what?
When Esgo became a Thug fan, honestly, it's one of my favorite moments in life because the switch.
Because I know what it was.
Awesome.
Like I heard it was the song Treasure, and all of a sudden, like you listen to good music and it brings a visceral reaction. Like my body actually just like by itself. How the hell would nigga lead a treasure?
Bro, Young Thug, bro, I was going crazy. No, on everything, like y'all already hear me talk about my top music artists, my top artists ever. Like I say this shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about like the Ye's discography, the Drakes, the Waynes, etc. Treasure is a top 5 song I've ever heard in my life. And the only reason I'm not saying it's the hardest song I've ever heard in my life is because I don't want to be too preemptive and without thinking a little bit, because I lost my mind when that song came on.
Yeah. Treasure definitely top 5 song all the time.
Oh my God. And so just moving right along though from Key, shouts out to him though. I fuck with the music.
Yeah, I like the Zaza. Zaza was pretty good.
Of
course, the names.
The Zaza is hilarious.
Dude, all right. Actually, while we're on this podcast, I need to say something right now. This whole Zaza wave and it, like all of that, anybody saying they have exotic, bro, y'all gotta cut it out, bro.
No.
I'm not paying.
No, the niggas that are having are really having though. I'm telling you,
bro,
it's worth it.
But he's getting mad because he's just raising the prices on everything.
Well, see, you know, a guy like me, I have like the greatest plug in Atlanta.
No, you don't. My nigga holds it down, bro. I'm telling you, my nigga holds it down.
His prices has never changed, and it's always been like some ridiculous fire. So with that being said, bro, I'm not finna cop this Zaza.
It'll change.
No, bro. What? I be in there in the text messages, bro.
I've been smoking Zaza.
Bro, I'm in the text messages like, oh, you got the Pachulia? Like, I'm ready, bro. I need it.
He's like, which year are you talking about right now?
Hell no.
Talking about championships?
This has to stop, bro. This shit has to stop.
Hell no.
I'm tired of hearing like, bro, I got the Zato. Like,
no, that shit is fire. If you you have to find the niggas that really be happy, though, because a lot of niggas lie.
I'm gonna go through these singles.
Boldy James dropped a really fire project too, the Versace tape. Y'all should definitely go listen to that. But it definitely falls in line with my stereotype of music that I see.
I mean, nothing's wrong with it, dude, because everyone has a favorite kind of music that they listen to. I'm not saying that's all you listen to, but 99% of it is New York niggas and street.
Lately, bro, I've been listening to like Paramore.
Really? Bro, I have the random
newer stuff or
old stuff. It's gotta be, bro. I have
that's what was throwing me for a loop for a second, because you said lately like they just did something that was...
Nah, it wasn't even that.
I have the random alternative, like emo, rock phase, music phases. Like I have randomly go on like spurts of just listening to that shit because it's still all fire. We all know it's still all fire.
Even like I've been listening to like Panic at the Disco,
going crazy. I asked this nigga 2 days ago.
Their first album.
I'm gonna say low key we revisited that a decent bit, so it's not even like a 2 days ago thing. Like it kind of comes in there.
Now that first album to me is like one of the greatest.
It's a classic. It's a classic for sure.
But do you have?
You can't even openly say things like that because you'll get roasted about like.
Bro, fuck them niggas.
Can I say something right now?
People. Can I say something right now?
I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm authentically me. And I've been getting roasted since I was born. So at this point, I built character.
Good music is good.
You can try your best. But it
builds character.
I've gotten the worst of roast. I'm telling you, me growing up was not a pretty sight because people really put me through the ringer. So you can come with whatever. But I'm
honestly,
talking
you
my
can
shit.
roast what people were listening to like back then. Like, trying to think.
I still roast niggas though. See, I'm a hypocrite there though. I have to be a little bit, and I hate hypocrites. But I have to, bro. But the thing is though, arguing with your friends is hilarious when y'all know it's not that serious. Because niggas really get into it. And you know, my favorite wave now is the extreme wave, right? Where you'll tell niggas something like, "Oh, bro, you can't believe that." Like you can't tell somebody they don't believe their own opinion, but it's hilarious to say some shit.
I love
like
doing that to people because they'll hit you with the what?
Like, remember, it used to be like a debate who was better, Future or Rich Homie.
Nah, I wasn't around
That
for
you
that.
really?
I,
Bro, that
I
used to
couldn't
be
have
like,
been around for that.
bro,
shit.
I thought that what was the? It wasn't.
Bruh.
That's a one-sided debate.
What?
That's a
when some
one-sided
type of
debate.
way came out, niggas. Well, actually, even before then, like
Bro,
people
Future's
listening
always
to
It was
Right.
not a
Rich
one-sided
Homie.
debate.
Future's
Bro.
At a point, it was not a one-sided
People
debate.
genuinely
Oh, did you say
believe
Rich
that.
Homie?
Rich Homie Quan.
Oh
You
my
thought I
God.
said Rich the Kid.
Oh my God! For some reason, that's because we were talking.
Oh, yeah, we talking about Rich the Kid
We were
earlier.
talking about Rich the Kid.
That's why I was confused.
I got
I was
scared. I was like,
at the end of the day,
not Rich the
I know
Kid.
you listen to this music too, so
Oh nigga,
say
bro, Rich Homie Quan. Oh nigga,
Yeah,
they was
people
neck
going
and neck.
up at a point.
Nigga, they was neck and neck, boy.
How are they neck
Rich
and neck,
Homie
bro?
was going stupid. Rich Homie was going so. Bro, Rich Homie's last tape. By the way, y'all niggas is haters because I know that tape didn't do well because niggas are not playing Rich Homie Quan.
Niggas
nowadays.
not listening to
And I
Rich
get
Homie.
that.
Because it could
But his
have been
last
an
tape
Atlanta
was
thing,
so
but
hard.
There was a period where he was in rotation a lot.
Heavy.
So I mean, you can say what you want with that, and at the same time, Future was too. But
I made it a heat check. I definitely made a song off of his last tape a heat check because that nigga snapped, bro. Rich Homie's still going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
They just
real.
need to give him a chance again.
All right, I know
He
we're
lost
probably
his-
running through
he
a little
lost-
bonus
yeah,
music
yeah.
section for a bit, so I know we have a lot more to get into, and I know I'm trying to watch this game at some point.
Oh,
What time is it?
Fucking
What
me
time
up.
Oh, it's 9:44.
It's 9:44.
I mean,
But I want to go ahead and like say some singles that I listened to myself that I thought y'all should check out. I think Jaden Smith is planning an album or something. I didn't listen to the second one, but the first one was pretty good. Rainbow Bap. Fuck. I hate when it does that. Bodega Bams. I have no clue who this nigga is, but this song was actually pretty fucking good. Dropped a song called Waiting for Tonight. And Lemonade, I don't really have to say much on that. Lemonade featuring Don Toliver and Nav by Internet Money and Gunna. They have the video out now too. I know.
saw that.
Do y'all ever like these? Okay. So if you want to check that out, I'm going on a speed run because I feel like I'm trying to move on to the next thing, low key. But
I'm good. I'm good. He said I gotta see Luka Who.
last but not least, Anderson .Paak just dropped a single called "Cutting Him" by featuring Rick Ross.
One,
Very good.
that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. Anderson .Paak and Rick Ross together. But two, so I definitely need to check that
I
out.
think I fucked that up. Cut him in.
Cut him in.
Yeah.
And two, before we proceed any further, I do have to say that we want to give prayers out to Lakeith Stanfield for whatever he may be going through. I don't want to detail the situation too much, just for people that do get triggered by situations having to do with things that can allude to suicide. And so we just want to give prayers to him and hope everything is all right and hope that the people that love him are around him for sure.
Seemed like some dark stuff is going on. Hopefully there's a good support system around.
Amen.
Men's mental health is important.
Absolutely, 100%. Like, niggas need to take that way more seriously. None of that shit is
The
lame.
world needs to take it more seriously.
Yeah.
The world.
Because low-key, I feel like your homies take it seriously. But then you break out of your group and people really don't.
That's what I'm saying.
A
Like,
man's supposed to, like, be a man.
it's always be a man. So seriously, none of that stuff is soft. None of that stuff is lame. Talk about your emotions. Talk about your feelings. Talk to your homies when you can. And if you are in a blessed position where you can use your schools or parents' insurances or even yours if you have the bread, insurance to go to therapies, everybody should try therapy. Genuinely, that shit is beautiful. But so once again, Offspace prayers out to Lakeith Stanfield. And I just wanted to graze over this one. I didn't know if it was worth diving into because y'all already know how I feel about both these niggas. But Joe Biden announced his running mate was Kamala Harris.
I'm going to go ahead and say
I'm going to say. That's all I will say because I don't want to sound like a
that really is all you're going to say.
No, I'm dead serious.
You had a lot to say before.
I had a lot to say before. And the pre-prod, I'm just saying.
You can say it in a more respectful way, but you did have a lot to say.
Once we get the Patreon going, we're going to start putting the pre-prod on the Patreon. Y'all are going to get, I promise you, if y'all like the podcast, it's 13 times better than the shit we talk about.
Yeah, I don't know if people are getting all the pre-production.
Not all of it. It's still got to be edited.
I will say this, like, because there are important things to highlight that y'all were getting on that I feel like is not like out of pocket to say, but I will start by leading with love because when I saw that Joe Biden announced Kamala Harris as his VP and his running mate, in my mind, I'm like, who didn't see that coming? I thought maybe Hillary, but low-key, I'm happy it ended up this way. But I'm still sad because, I don't want to say I'm sad. I'm going to get there in a bit. But a lot of people putting me aside, a young black man, there was a lot of young women out there, especially a lot of young black women who were very happy about this and inspired to see somebody who looked somewhat like them in a position, being in a position where they might be the vice president of the biggest country, at least in our eyes. That's major. At the end of the day, that's major.
And so I'll say exactly this then, and I will be respectful there. One, Kamala Harris is a black woman, right? I'm not going to sit on here and shit on a black woman. Like, I will say I disagree with a lot of the ways she's handled stuff when she was Attorney General, and she's going to have a super microscope on her ass the whole time she's in office, and we're just going to see how she helps change policy, how she helps lead things into the right direction. Because the same thing for Biden, because I don't care about that nigga at all. And so y'all have already heard how I feel about it. Y'all already know, like, if it was up to me, like, what it would be when it comes to the Biden situation. No offense to that man. He's just like a senile old man at this point. But that
Sleepy Joe.
I won't delve on it. I won't just like dwell on him too much. But I will say, like,
I'm trying to hold it.
We're gonna have something that we need to make normal, period, right?
Yeah.
And that is being able to say all of the stuff we're saying in a critical way about Kamala, right? About Joe, and still realize that is the decision that we probably need to make when it comes to voting time because of the state of this country right now. Because you need to be able to keep your elected officials or the people that are the only fucking options we have accountable.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if there's a lot of reason for some people not to like her, all right? And I'm going to leave that for those people.
Mass incarceration,
So, but at the same time, I'm not going to come on here and like slander somebody. I'm going to make sure, though, if she does, again, get voted in with Biden, that we're going to hold them fucking accountable like the people should, just like anybody else from now on, especially with the pandemic going on and seeing really how much our elected officials don't fuck with any of us and just trying to like actually hold them to a certain standard because these are our lives. I don't know about y'all, but I plan on living at least 80 more of these. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, why is it? I just hate the fact that it's so normal for people to assume because, like, yes, I lean left in the American system, right? Like, what the fuck? It's like we got two options. Like, you lean somewhere, even if you want to act different. We got to be real. And so if that's the party that identifies closest with your beliefs, right? Why do people act like you always got to talk sweet about these niggas, bro? Like, if they're a fuck up, I'm going to call you a fuck up every time because you have to hold them accountable.
Man, it makes me nervous seeing what's going on now, like the kind of presidents we may have, like, in the future. It makes me scared, bro.
It does. It does make me scared.
Because I feel like I know where you're at, but for like maybe the people who are listening and stuff, what do you mean? Like, elaborate on that a little bit more.
Bruh, there's a possibility. I mean, I'm not saying it's a very big possibility, but there's actually people out there that will vote right now for Kanye West.
Oh, 100%. 1,000.
Right now. So just think about, like, the way things are going now. Trump's in office. Like, that's already, like, bro, what? Just imagine within the next, like, couple years, like, nigga, Drake's gonna be our president. Anything. Like, something like that. Like,
I think this has always been going on, though, low-key. It's just like now we're seeing it. I don't think he's actually gonna win, but I feel like if we were to look up certain elections, maybe like in the 40s or 50s, they were probably were some like offbeat candidates.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Walt Disney was running for president.
That's just still crazy to me that Mickey Mouse, like the little stat or whatever, the little fun fact that it always gets a certain percentage of the votes for president of the United States.
Weird.
Still to this day. Like people really drove to the polls to write Mickey Mouse, and then go home and tell their friends, "I got him.
I vote for Mickey Mouse.
Got the system." Like, well,
I'm really not mad at those votes though.
Loser,
yeah, I'm not
because those votes weren't going to go to anybody regardless.
But Mickey Mouse.
They were either going to stay home or vote for Mickey Mouse.
Because if that was the motivation to get up, there wasn't much more.
But on a less serious note, too, bro. As much as like I feel some type of way about this guy, Trump is a good roaster. Like
no, let's be clear.
Trump is an
entertainer. Trump is an entertainer.
Sleepy Joe?
Can we talk about
Sleepy Joe,
how some of the shit some of the foul shit he says? He's a good roaster.
Definitely.
On the pod, though, I can't give that man flowers on the pod.
I had to.
No, whoever, the only flower I will give it, I'm sorry. I know you're not giving any, I'm sorry. Whoever does Trump's videos deserves an Oscar or a Grammy. He deserves the whole EGOT. He deserves, because this nigga does the most smutty shit. Like the fucking train. Did you see the video of the train? And then the nigga, it was like a train, which was a Trump train, right? So it was a long ass train going the whole way. And then afterwards, you see like an old man like pumping a little car following. It was Joe Biden.
Man's an entertainer, bro. Joe Biden, bro.
I've never seen some shit like that.
Best roaster. Best roaster. Best roaster.
People are going to be like the Offspace fucks with Trump.
No, we don't.
I know.
They're going to be like, nah, it's too late. Y'all already said it. I'm going to vote for it.
Bro, I admire a good roaster. Like, I admire that. Like, the man's a good roaster. Bro. Even when he said Sleepy Joe, I lost my fucking mind, bro. Like, when he said that,
the only thing that's funny, the only thing that'd be so funny is he says this shit with a straight face.
He's dead ass.
Serious.
He's dead ass. Like,
but he's a piece of shit. We can't have somebody like that in office. Obviously, we're not going to ever lead y'all to believe something like that. We're going to be serious for a second, but that nigga hilarious.
I'm going to let y'all get your shit off. I'm going to let y'all get your shit off. It's whatever. I just clocked out for a second.
Get mad at Chuka. At Chuka Offer. Y'all know
even though I'm the one that started. Like,
no. What, nigga?
Cause what I tell you before the podcast. No, I'm just fucking.
All right. Speaking of Trump, though, and something directly adjacent.
Oh, wow. This is about to get somber.
Lil Trump.
No.
What was her name?
Oh,
you can't really say Lil though, and that man's 74. He was.
That's still Lil Trump.
That's still Lil Trump.
You see the picture of them, bro? They look like twins, bro.
Yeah,
I heard that, and I just couldn't even look at the picture because that would creep me out.
Yeah.
That would creep me out for sure. But I guess I
didn't know
that nigga. But I don't even. But
I didn't know he had a brother before he died, and that's kind of crazy.
I didn't know he had a brother at all.
I know he had siblings in general. Apparently, he has like a sister too.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had siblings either. So I guess RIP to that man. Granted, it is ironic, and it's not to talk anything down on the dead when it comes to this person, of course, because I don't know anything about the younger Trump. I don't know what he stood for or his mentality, any of that. So if our listeners know that he was super evil and think I should be saying fuck that nigga, I'm sorry, I'm just uneducated and choose not to speak on him because I'm uneducated there. That being said, it is ironic that the person that is mishandling the pandemic and took it as much of a joke this whole time and
got his family
ended up losing a family member. Like, that's crazy.
I know at the end of the day he's 74 and he's old and he falls in a demographic that's more susceptible to getting like off by it. But at the same time, I hope at least for the next few months till the election, if he stays in office or not, I hope he starts taking it more seriously. Same. Like that it touched his own family.
It's sad to say, but I really am praying that that's the thing that causes dude to like be more real about this shit. Because at the end of the day, this is real. Anybody can get touched apparently because you're on blood.
Anybody can get
the president's brother.
Like somebody pulling up on you.
Just knocking on your door.
On some real shit, bro. I need to start taking more like vitamin D. Like pause. But like, just because like I don't want to be like an old man and like
I'm not
Corona part
my
like
mom
80 pops up.
And it's like my mom's
still fucked. Like,
he said vitamin D. That's funny. But no, my mom's been on my ass about like taking like the medicine and shit.
But I get sick easy, like.
And just taking the vitamins. I try my best to keep up with that.
And sleep. I'm not gonna lie.
Sleep. I don't.
I'm not gonna. Okay, so I think I got. It's fucked to say, but still I think, because I wasn't able to get tested. I went to the ER, and they wouldn't test me unless I was admitted into the ICU. But I had the full range of COVID symptoms and everything. And you know when it happened? It happened right after a night of me getting 30 minutes of sleep. Because I stayed up the whole night binge watching some shit because I couldn't fall asleep. And then I felt crazy sick after. But every time I do that, I get sick. But this time I got sick, and I know like what it was, why I got sick.
Bro, you just blew my fucking mind. Last week I got sick because I stayed up the entire night.
Your immune system.
And then but I felt it. Like I felt, You know how you know.
Oh yeah, you know when it's coming.
So
you're just praying too. You're like,
but I'm like, it's gonna be light because it wasn't that bad. Bro, I stayed up the entire night. I slept for maybe like an hour. Bro, when I woke up, it was over with. Like, it was over with, like, immediately.
Your immune system just gets shot as soon as like you do these spells of just staying up completely. But this and it makes you susceptible to things. So you might get a cold, you might get like whatever. Yeah. So for me, it's just like this shit caught my ass. It was like, oh, you're not getting sleep, I'm gonna get you. And it caught me.
So I mean, definitely take that shit seriously. Continue to masks where applicable, of course. Yeah. We're at the crib, so obviously we're not masked up. And so
he does make you sanitize. Check.
Oh, anytime anybody walks in this door, what?
Immediate sanitation station.
But that's so crazy. What? We're in a pandemic, nigga. But anyways, even more adjacent to Trump, not Junior. Don't know that nigga's character. Russia swears they have a vaccine.
I'm not. Ooh, how do you guys feel about that? Are you before you even get into it? Are you taking it or are you not? If people were just like, if it randomly got like mass accessible in America and they were just handed on as corners, are you taking it?
Let me just say something. I'm never putting anything from Russia in my body. Sorry. If that's how we're gonna feel, I'm just being real.
Why are you looking at me like I'm about to defend it? Because you're looking at me like I'm about to be the one. Bro, you're not trusting Russian vaccines that came out in less than a year after the pandemic really started to explode.
Even if everything Gucci, like everyone's like, hell yeah, bro, this shit work.
I gotta wait for the first wave of people
bro. I don't even get flu shots. Like, that's how hard I'm thugging.
Oh, he said I'm just good.
So coronavirus vaccine.
I'm not trying to be like an anti-vaxxer because I firmly believe in like vaccinating your children and going through like serious shit and like making sure that you don't have polio part 2 pop up because your dumbass didn't want your kids.
I just think it's rushed.
Polio?
No, not polio.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, no.
The vaccine.
No, see, the only things I ever understand.
This one feels a little bit rough.
The only thing I ever understand are like COVID and then like the flu shot. Yeah. Like other than that, I'm like, bro, please, everybody got to get their shots, bro. Imagine being the one kid at school that gets like. That really gets polio or some chicken pox or like the Black Plague or
lice. Or some shit. Remember niggas used to get lice back then?
I feel like that's not a black person thing though.
It's not, but just like
you always knew the nigga that
always was that one person.
Oh, that one got lice, bro. People always roasted his ass when he got that. Like, dirty ass nigga.
That's how it would be if you didn't get the vaccine. Like,
oh, for sure. People would definitely be like,
he didn't get it, bro.
Oh, you can't tell people that for sure. I mean, we are doing a podcast. Hello, everyone. But if it's
I'm not taking the Russian vaccine. But if there was a vaccine that came out in America, FDA certified, blah blah blah, or whatever, and first wave or took it. First wave or a little bit of time.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, Dr. Stanfield got to make my
But they're just putting a chip in us at that point. But really, I think they already got a chip in us.
You know what's what's in your phone, nigga? Like, that's the chip right there.
Why do you hate Elon Musk, bro?
You think it's Elon Musk?
He's trying to do something like that.
No.
Chip people?
I'm not saying necessarily a chip, but he's trying to integrate like
he wants to make
some technology in people's brains so that essentially I know like what he's hoping that'll come out of it.
Technology in our brain.
What he's hoping to come out of it is like this is the next step in like advancements for like medical things so that if you have things that can affect you like paralysis or like epilepsy or like some serious shit that like people can't figure out, that's going to be the thing that can fix it.
See, but then on a side note, a little bit with this, I already asked my roommate. He was so quick. He was like, yes, of course he would do this. I personally think it's nuts. And I forgot what you said about it.
This was on like the trip?
No.
That question?
No.
I think it was during that, like the AI questions.
Oh, yeah. It was if given the opportunity to put like a supercomputer inside of you, basically they chip you though. They put a chip in and like, it's like, yo, I want to know Spanish today. You have to go to the library, go to the station, whatever, and you download the Spanish. Right? And then you instantly know it though, because you got the chip in you. Would you take a chip like that?
Bro, that sounds lit.
I couldn't even do it.
But you could
hack you with I Am Legend.
I Am Legend?
How?
Like you're a controlled little beast. Like you can't do anything. Like these.
You might be talking about iRobot.
I think you're talking about iRobot more so because I'm like you turned like a demon.
I Am Legend.
Oh no, not really. Like
we were both trying to draw the connection.
It's like the zombies.
No, guys, I have to do something real quick.
Yeah.
I have to apologize to everybody because I was talking about the robot one. I was just trying.
You were about to play.
I was trying so hard to play it off, and these niggas said, "Nah, got your ass."
I was like, "Nigga, I Am Legend."
God, apologize. What? It's definitely the robot shit. But still, if a nigga like if Trump, for instance, right, could say "ha ha ha, niggas," and then press a button, and then everybody's just like,
spaz out.
Yeah. Like the only way I'm going to be immediately skeptical about any of this is if the first people that are getting it are low income black communities. Only when I was gonna be skeptical.
You know something up there, like free trial.
I'm not doing
Only
it.
for y'all.
All of a sudden I wake up, I have syphilis. I'm not doing this shit.
It might be a good idea, like the Obama phone. You guys remember that? You drive around and like free phone.
They did do that.
Pull up and get a phone. A lot of those were in low income areas.
Yeah, 5G.
I mean, it was. They get no.
Oh, the 5G. Ooh.
Nah, fool. They had like one app. You could like literally get one app.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty lit. But it might be a good idea like that.
And then we have some sports stuff. Oh, the last music thing, I guess, was the freshman XXL 2020 list. I thought it was a pretty solid.
Do you have that list?
I have the list.
Okay,
I'll read it off.
I'll pull that up.
I'll read it off real quick so everybody sees who's on there. It's Rod Wave, Mulatto, 5Yo, 24K Golden, Polo G, Cowboy, NLE Choppa, Lil Keed, Chica.
She's pretty good.
Lil TJ, Baby Keem, and Jack Harlow. So literally 80% of these names make sense to me. I have no complaints really, to be completely honest with you, other than like, and this could just be me. I'll ask y'all if y'all have heard of him.
Polo G might be the most successful one out of all.
I think scanning
at this point too. It's either Jack Harlow trying to blow.
It's either Polo G.
Polo has like plaques, like
but Polo's been certified for a minute.
Polo's for a minute.
I mean,
Polo or Rod Wave. I
was gonna say it's either Polo G, Rod Wave, or Jack Harlow. That's probably the biggest to me. Yeah. Like, the only one I'm confused about is the 24K Golden person. I don't know.
I have to hear more of that, but I've heard like a little bit that was all right. But I don't know that freestyle because they had a little snippet of like their freestyles. Him and the low key.
This one kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I want you to be creative, express yourself.
I love Lil Keith's music. So I don't let that be known.
Not Lil Keith's. I'm saying the 24K Golden guy.
Oh, okay.
Man.
No, I'm saying I love their music, but Lil Keith too, like. What you think, man?
I want to see the whole freestyle though. Maybe he was just giving us some funnies. You know what I'm saying?
Acapella, you needed to be for whatever he was trying to do.
You know, that's actually a song. It's called Grandparents. And the song is fine, but like when he.
That was off one of his songs?
Yeah, that's from a song. You know, that's the thing now.
People do like that
freestyle. Only people that freestyle was that one
X
with with Lil Uzi, Kodak.
Who the fuck played this song?
Yeah. Everyone knows how I'd hate to be that producer.
Chica might have been the only one that I'm actually going to look
Chica has bars.
No, that's the only one I'm looking for. Looking for the freestyle. Yeah, because I want to see bars there. But other than that, I want to see cool shit. From the little snippets, I don't think I'm going to care about the rest of them that much. I could be surprised. There could be some sleeper ones.
I'm very excited for during the Cypher to see NLE Choppa because
NLE be turned.
He's so turned at all times. Like, what? That nigga really has.
He's more of a character than an artist. I like his
music good though.
Yeah. Have you ever heard Shot Flow 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Birdman signed NLE Choppa.
You ever heard Shot of Flow 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Yeah. All of those are hard.
Every one, bro. I told him give me 12 more.
I was just making joking laugh because this man really named all these songs the same name, but they're tough.
But they're wild.
If they're tough, what can you say?
Hey, that's another one for Birdman though.
That is another check.
That was a Birdman exclusive.
Yeah, Birdman signed that.
Wow.
And then
congratulations.
Did y'all have any other thoughts on that? Do you think?
I sound like a hater. I swear to God, I like the music.
Do you think those?
I think Cowboy. That's good for him because bruh's been like.
It's super good for Cowboy. It's super good for Cowboy. Do you think that at this point, since everybody kind of just knows the jig is up with XXL, like really, it's an honor, of course. But do you think
it's been up for a minute?
Do you think people? That's what I'm saying. The jig's pretty much up. No one really cares that much anymore. But do you think it's still
valid?
I think it definitely is. It's just like I think this is what happened because for Small Run, people were treating XXL like it was an all-star team.
Yeah.
Now XXL is the rising stars. Yeah. Like if people don't really, it's cool, but they don't care as much. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like you hope certain people make it.
That was a good analogy. That was a really good analogy. The rising stars game. Look at this nigga.
I'm saying I'm about basketball shit. Just wait till the end.
You're really trying to get to that Luka game. Speaking of, what time is it?
It is
10:05. Like
10:05. Yeah, we're gonna catch like maybe the end of the second.
Oh yeah, we good though. We good. And then how about this with One thing, though, before we completely leave music is I have to just say on this podcast, I have defended the business decisions of Kim Kardashian. I've defended some of the legal stuff she's been doing because it's really dope for the Black community. She's been doing a lot, especially with getting people pardoned, especially getting people free. I know she's made some debatable decisions to people in
how she views
in
herself,
the public and how she views herself, and that's just up to y'all's perception. Whatever she does with her body and in those circumstances, up to her. That being said, I'm not going to speak on that. I don't know that woman's character genuinely because of the fact that she does so much other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know, like what's the troll, what's the this, what's that. Cool. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm just going to say if Kim Kardashian West frees C Murder, I never want to hear anything negative about her ever again. Might get blocked for it.
You can even give Ray J his flowers for like.
Oh my God! Ray J orchestrates everything, nigga. I told you.
He's not trying to hear.
All roads lead back to Ray J. Sometimes.
It does.
I'm not even trying to disrespect this man's name, but it's like saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro. If you look at Jesus, you know what I'm saying. There was a crusade after that.
Was he the one?
Right.
Ray J might be the one.
Because Ray J is the one.
Ray J is the one.
Y'all are different.
Dude, Ray J had Floyd Mayweather crying tears because he was singing One Wish in his mansion. Like,
be real. Have you ever sang One Wish?
I never saw that video.
If you can look it up on YouTube.
If I watch that, everything might change for me.
Ray J's a legend, bro.
Every single thing.
Ray J's a legend for real.
That's a hard
After the pod, bro, we go to watch.
Ray J's a legend.
His career was getting beaten the shit out. He didn't actually get beat the shit out. He's Mayweather, but for someone like that to cry tears.
To cry, bro. Because of Ray J singing One Wish?
Ray J's the legend. I'm telling you, we can always do this.
We'll come back to it. One day we're going to have a Ray J segment.
Yeah, we're going to have a Ray J segment.
We're going to redo, because we meant to have a YouTube video come out before that. You know, we were still in the working phase of getting our video taken care of the right way and things like that. So that's getting scrapped. But I think this is going to be a good segment to have us go ahead and do something with Ray J in the city and figure out and get to the bottom of if everyone is on the same wavelength as y'all, because that's going to be hilarious. But without debating that too much, let's go ahead.
Because it's the truth.
It is.
Some niggas just be blind, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I got 20/20. You're the one with glasses, bro.
You wear glasses? Damn.
Is that ableist?
Niggas don't know. Niggas don't know because I never take
it. Is that ableist? The ableist?
Ableist?
Am I saying that right?
Ableist.
Okay.
What did you say?
And that shouts out to our producer and our other producer, DJ back there too. Yes, sir.
Yeah. DJ hates dealing with entertainment people, but you know.
Oh yeah, he said that.
He said that all the time.
We got you. One thing that was maybe the funniest thing that happened this week, genuinely, was the Seahawks rookie. Nigga, you're not even solidified, bro. You're not even solidified on the team.
I don't know the stories.
Did you see the chick?
The Seahawks?
No, wait.
I saw the chick and made it worse.
What happened?
Okay, I'm just backstory for everybody. The Seahawks rookie, and I'm not even talking like a star rookie or anything like that, bro. You're happy to be on the team, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Seahawks rookie, he got cut because you know how everyone's doing bubble type situations for like training camp, etc., like renting out hotels, like whatever. Like he tried sneaking in this girl into the hotel, and it's only supposed to be players, personnel, etc. But not even that. That's not the dumb thing, right? He put his clothes on her or gave her Seahawks gear so that she would try to sneak in as a player. How do you think you're gonna sneak in like a 5'3" white girl, a 5'3" like skinny white girl?
I want to know what was going through his head.
Player
like, this shit's gonna work. Like
he was like, bro, just put on a helmet, bro.
You gotta be one horny bastard to be trying to make this work at all costs to where you're getting really suited up like a damn day.
And it just makes it worse when you see the chick.
And then and he got cut too. He got cut.
He's gonna be on someone's practice squad real soon.
He's gonna be on someone's practice squad soon, for sure. But that's
hopefully, because niggas might not be trying to fuck with that since he's like, you know, putting a team in danger.
Oh yeah, he was putting the team in danger. They're gonna start painting that narrative too whenever teams try to transfer him or pick him up.
If he really was on the practice squad,
I wonder how tall she actually is. Because if she's really 5'3", then
no, I just said 5'3", but it don't even matter.
It don't matter, bro.
She's a skinny ass white chick.
In Seahawks gear.
He was trying to sneak her in as a player on the Seahawks. These are no way. Like these are really built people.
He was hoping that they think
these are monsters, bro. Like the wide receivers in the NFL, like the skinny players, eat like 4,000 calories a day. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't going for that. They were never going for that. Come on,
at any cost, bro.
That's nuts.
That shit is crazy. But that shit was hilarious. But anyways, just speaking about the Seahawks, do y'all think the NFL is actually going to come back?
Yes, sir.
You think 100%? You're very confident in
Texas
that.
just announced 22% of the stadium will be in attendance. So with that being said, bro, it's going to happen.
I think
they like
Game
money too
opener
much.
It's
for
America,
Saints is gonna have no.
and you know what football means to America.
Then
I feel like
dude, look at the SEC, the fucking Big 12.
They're ready to go. They said they don't care.
Fuck like none of that. I respect it.
That's
Play, nigga,
horrible.
play.
No, that's
Play.
horrible though. I'm sorry. I understand both sides of the argument, but it's horrible how quickly those niggas.
Bruh.
No.
Fuck around,
The
nigga,
SEC
play.
bucks. You saw the SEC bucks. Like it was like the Tuesday they were all supposed to meet. Guess what was the one conference that didn't show up? The SEC. They knew they were going to play.
Like,
That's
we're
not
ain't talking that bullshit.
you know how much money's on the line and how like deep this shit really runs. There's no way.
But you know, people are like, oh my gosh, they should be like the Big 10 and Pac-12. Those are actually like the shittiest people because they're pushing their season back towards spring so they can have fans in attendance. That's the only reason why they're pushing.
So they're
Yeah, it has nothing to do.
They're gonna fuck up their players.
They're just trying to. It has nothing to do with like.
They're pushing it to the combine.
Yeah, they're pushing it to like springtime.
I'll say this too, because no matter what side of the argument you're on, if people should or shouldn't play, I just want to make sure because it doesn't feel like. Are any of them really asking these players what they think?
Oh, they don't give a fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know football.
Yeah, exactly. And I
gotta think about the
when
players,
these are your money makers, and on top of that, if they're not playing, you think a lot of people are going to be getting their scholarship money and shit like that?
Hey man, Nick Saban said, I believe a lot of these players are way more safe here with me than out in the streets.
And to be real,
Which I completely
with
agree
a coach
bro.
like Nick
I agree with that
Saban,
shit.
that's true because
I agree with that.
he's going to kick you so quickly off of that. He'll cut you immediately
As soon as you're on
if
that
you fuck
bullshit.
up.
Yeah.
So they're probably really on their P's and Q's.
Yeah, I
But
respect
in Ole Miss,
Nigga, Ole Miss, bro. I know we see these teams as like trash. But like, bro, these programs are like
they're gonna hold them
top-notch.
for like a standard.
They're gonna make sure. Like,
That is true.
I just want to make sure, no matter what, though, the
I just
players
wanna-
aren't. Because to be fair, fuck the schools, fuck the organizations. They can lose money and eat dick. Like I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, just make sure you're taking care of the players because they're the ones with the shit to lose at the end of the day.
Exactly. That's just take care of the players and actually take care of the players. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know
don't
if-
half-ass it just so you see.
And if fans come, it's
you
like
give a
I
fuck.
hate to say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't let fans come.
But-
don't let fans come. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'll be in that bitch.
If they really do, let them come at their own risk. But at the
He
same
said,
time,
"Hey, y'all."
all the fans
in
who
that
do
bitch.
come, just don't go spreading that shit after. Like really, like
Man,
go get tested or something. You gotta like. What about?
That's the chick.
Stop.
That's the chick. He thought he was gonna make her. Never mind.
What if they're in love, bro?
Bro, I don't care how in love
if
I
you
am.
in love, she would know. Like, nigga, I'm not coming.
Exactly. Because she would respect what I'm doing. Nigga, how much money he just lost?
Yeah, okay, that's not. Nah. Y'all try to.
He's
paint
a
it
horny
right.
coon, bro.
He's a horny
really
bastard.
what it is, right? It's like pull up.
That's too much money, and you're a rookie, bro. You're not
You're a
even.
rookie.
I'm not saying what he did was justified. Okay.
You showed.
I'm not gonna.
He showed you the chick, and you like. It's
Oh,
love.
you thought I was
No.
hated. He thought I
you
was
were hated. That's all it was.
No, promise you. I don't care how this girl looks.
I think it's dumb
Trust
for
me.
trying to sneak her in. I just thought he was
It's
hated.
not
That was
me
really it.
because it has nothing to do with me. Her looks. I was just speaking about the fact that this is a petite white woman. You know what I'm
Put her in a
saying?
Seahawks jumpsuit. Like,
That's hilarious.
That's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Probably looking nuts, like some bowling shoes on
Who's
her
the shit
feet.
that used to like put on like a mustache and then be passing off as like a whole disguise and some shit. You know, this is Malachi Lovejoy all over again. But
And then we get to, now that we're done with football, now that we're done with,
we're
what
almost
else
to
we
my
have to talk
favorite
about?
fucking segment.
We're at the Ezgo's favorite topic, so I'm going to let him bring it in by just starting by saying one slow thing.
Fuck all that. We're on Dame time, nigga.
Yes, sir.
We're on
Steve.
Dame time.
Fuck Skip Bayless.
You don't believe it. You're hating on him for some reason. You're hating on him.
Bro, this nigga Damian Lillard scored 61, 51, 42, and then 31 on his worst game in a 4-game streak that he had to win every game to drag his team
He
into
pulled
the
up
playoffs.
from half court and they started double teaming him before he ever crossed half for the rest of the game.
That nigga said onto the camera, basically, I don't care if that nigga is Michael Jordan in the corner. That's the guy you're guarding right now. Dame is on fire right now. Be real.
They would leave CJ McCollum wide open for the 3 because he's Dame.
look, I'm not giving Dame like I'm not shitting on Dame's name. I'm not
Said I have to
pulling
clear that
him. None of that. All I'm saying is I've seen this before.
Oh my god.
From Dame, bro.
We haven't seen him that list. We haven't seen him this.
I don't think we've seen it before
I'm saying
because,
this
like,
locked in. No, we haven't.
I think he's
a
played
winner.
way better than he has, and on top of that,
He's a dog.
You can say you've seen it, but that's only because when time came around, they know what threats there are on Portland.
Look, fuck that
But
bullshit.
Nurkic is good now.
If they don't
Nurkic
beat
is
the
good
Lakers, then all of this means nothing. And they shouldn't have held the Suns.
They shouldn't have.
I'll agree with you.
The Suns should be where the Nets are right now. I don't care if that doesn't even matter.
Why do you got to bring the Nets in every time?
Bro, because we just saw a massacre. We just saw a massacre. I'm trying to watch fucking playoff basketball.
You know what we saw a massacre from, though? The NBA champs. And Van Vliet, Kyle Lowry, the All-Star, 9-time All-Star.
10 3-pointers in one game.
Bro, this is the biggest Kyle Lowry hater on the planet. Please don't let him lie to y'all, bro. This is nigga Kyle Lowry. He's tough though. I like
3 for 14?
I like the hustle though. He's a hustle player.
He drew like 3 or 4 charges though.
Yes, Sirski.
Oh shit.
Those possessions.
He's not really an offensive threat, but he's a threat at all times on the court.
I'm gonna say this. And I'm like not the hooper whatsoever. But if you gave me a basketball and told me to score on Kyle Lowry, it's happening.
What?
It's happening. I'd lock up Kyle Lowry, actually. Fuck scoring.
Didn't Kevin Hart block him?
Kevin Hart blocked Kyle Lowry.
I forgot that happened.
I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, bro.
I'm not giving you props against a lot of NBA players or like any other chance. But I've seen Kevin Hart block him, so you gotta earn that one back.
I'll lock his ass up, bro.
I feel like Kyle Lowry has to start playing like.
I think that's a better match for you than Jeremy Lin.
For sure.
Better than Jeremy Lin? Bro,
for sure.
If I'm beating Kyle Lowry, Jeremy Lin might not score.
It's crazy that he thinks he has a choice. It's crazy that he thinks he has a choice in the matter.
So much confidence.
So, question though, as we're getting
Grizzlies are very underwhelming too. I just want to say that.
No, they're not.
They shouldn't have been in that spot, bro.
Jared Jackson got.
Bro, the Pelicans beat them. Here's shit after that, bro.
Sorry ass
Hear anything after that, bro.
Sorry ass team.
The Pelicans beat them.
How do you know? How can you win 8 games and not get in the playoffs when they invite you to come participate in something? You won it all. What else were you supposed to do?
Risk.
Then they give you like the easiest schedule
because they thought the Pels were going to actually win some games. Like that was their whole plan. They wanted to make it exciting and then get Zion versus LeBron.
We're tied for lottery picks with the Kings, bro. The Kings are garbage.
Kings tried to clown us on Twitter earlier.
I saw that. And then the Pelicans account tried to clap.
Yeah, I retweeted it, but I didn't even feel right. I didn't feel right retweeting.
I mean, dude, they haven't been to the playoffs in 14 years.
I get it.
I'm not saying we lit, but like
it's the Kings. No, you stay quiet.
Like them niggas can talk to themselves, bro. No one cares about the Kings. That shit is crazy.
Sacramento isn't even a basketball place. Like,
But other than that, do y'all have any predictions for tonight? Since we just watched Donovan Mitchell go crazy. 57 points in a loss. Wow. Jamal Murray is a super bucket. I have to say one thing on this podcast. He's always been a bucket. I know that. And I have said, no. I've admitted all this season I've been woke and admitted he's a bucket, but I will say Ezgo tried to put me on dumb early. And
he was a bucket.
There was a second-year player just handing out points to whoever.
I was a hater for sure, I'll say.
What's the score right now so I can give my prediction? I don't want to be too far-fetched.
It's crazy if you say something that's just completely wrong now. So you got to say it before I pull it up.
All right. I'm
66, 61.
Why would you say it?
Clippers going to win tonight.
Oh, who do you think has 66? Who do you think has 61?
I think Mavs have 66.
Yeah, they do. Just because why would I ask if it was the obvious?
Yeah. But look, though, it's a slow grind, though, man.
It's going to be a long series.
And it's only at the half. This is a high-scoring game.
If they do win, though, Luka's going to shoot the game winner. No. Seth Curry is going to shoot the game winner.
On Paul George.
Guaranteed.
I got to see it in the game 7.
If it was in game 7, he might have to get canceled.
Got to be game 7.
And y'all, I've heard me speak nothing but good things about Paul George. But if it happens again and it's
if it's a game winner, my money's on whoever is against Paul George.
There's how long was
that? Could be Norris Cole.
Was the highlight?
Nah, bro, not Norris Cole. He said yes.
I think, bro, low key, if JJ Barea hits a game winner over Paul George.
Yeah, what's up with the Barea? Like, this is my second time hearing like
Barea's just getting killed because that nigga like 5'1".
I'm not gonna lie, watching their games now, and it could be because he's had like a 30-year career. I'm not gonna lie, I know he's not that old to have a 30-year career. No one has that shit, but I feel like I've seen him in the league since I was a kid.
God damn,
like, I've really seen him playing since I was a kid, and this man, he's low key hooping now.
Is he hooping still?
But to be that short and still in the league, getting minutes, you gotta be 5.
Who do y'all think is coming out the East?
The Raptors, 100%. I want the Raptors. No, I want the Raptors.
I think they're beating the Bucks.
I think they're beating the Bucks in a 7 game. Giannis likes to choke it up, like when it comes to the.
They don't have Kawhi no more, bro.
I don't even think he's choking it up. It's just
Giannis choked it up the last few games in that series versus Kawhi, I believe.
They just closed the paint on him.
I love seeing that because Kawhi.
That's choking it up though, because he doesn't have anything else.
Is that choking though?
Yes, you're the franchise player.
You historically don't have a 3-point shot. Is that choking?
You're supposed to figure it out if you're the franchise player. He's the guy.
You got 4 bodies chilling in the paint. He's big, but is he?
Look, man, I ain't giving that nigga no motherfucking excuses because
I'm still giving it
no excuse. I'm not.
Hell no, because
he's going to go to state next year though.
Bro, don't say things like that. Like, go to state. And the funny thing is, he actually wants to do that. Like, he's like, I love to play with Kurt. Like, bro, why? Bro, stop doing that, bro. That's not lit, bro.
That is lit, bro. I want Curry to get one more. I want Clay to get one more.
What?
I want to see them win, but I want to see them win on the Pelicans. I'm not gonna lie.
This nigga's on the Pelicans.
They're not coming.
But we need to trade everybody for the Splash Brothers.
Bruh,
they can retire.
You know what? I'm actually for that. I'm actually for that.
If we're still asked by the time that they're old, I want them to just trade and let them retire on the Pelicans. I'm gonna pay for some games and go see them one.
Do y'all think
that'd be hilarious?
Is Zion going to be a bust?
Right, bro. I don't think he's gonna be a bust just because he's still so efficient in the minutes he gets. But it's like, bruh, I can't keep playing. And I know you're not somebody that believes the same thing that the rest of us believe, which is fine, and that's dope, but it's like, I can't keep, he's playing with my soul, bro. Yeah. Like, every time that nigga fluctuates in weight like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he looks tired. He looked good, but he looks like sluggish even.
Okay, but also remember, he had 10 days out of the bubble. And like, I'm pretty sure bro's eating beignets and po' boys.
I think he left for family issues too. Like, you really don't know what could have happened out.
I hear it, sure. And I don't mean to be like this, but like when I hear the whole family issues thing, sometimes like, I thought you can call bullshit. Like Lou Will, he was like, "Yeah, bro, it was a tough time," and bro was at Magic City. Turned up. And I'm not saying like niggas don't be having like.
But he could have just been getting food though.
I think bro was like, "I might go to New Orleans and get some fucking beignets."
Bro, you think you think Zion pulled the family?
If I was Zion, I'd do that. If I was an NBA player, I'm dipping for some beignets.
Y'all are gonna hate me, man. Y'all are gonna hate me.
What?
I'm gonna be Mr. Serious.
Mr. Serious.
They hate me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
You think he really had some like family issues?
Zion seems like way too genuine and like.
Okay, I get that, but damn, nigga, what kind of family issues you had to where you had to goddamn fluctuate in weight like this? What you been doing these past 10 days?
I'm not. I think he put this on as soon as like they took the pause. I think he just said this season's not coming back.
No, bro. They were showing him like, bro's cut.
He looked cut.
Bro, like a
this really did happen in like 10 days.
No, really,
bro,
in like 10 days. I think, bro. What if
he has some health issues?
But what if he's a stress eater? What if he was really going through something like at home and he was just going crazy?
Can you even eat that much though?
I guess so, nigga. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to be 6'9", 285 and 50 inches into the air, bro. This nigga's an engine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He probably burns food as soon as he eats it.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, look, all I know is I'm done with the Pelicans. Well, I've always been done with them. I mean, they've never been like, we gonna take it this year. Like,
I'm out of sight, out of mind for the playoffs. Out of sight, out of mind for the playoffs.
I've lied to myself a few years.
No, I'm just not going to think about them till next season. I'm just not going to stress. I'm not going to stress.
I think the NBA champions are going to be fucking...
I hear a hot take.
Because I don't want to give the obvious. Like, everyone is like, oh, yeah, this is LeBron's year.
What's Lakers? I think it's going to be Lakers or... It's going to be an upset, which is either going to be the Mavs or the Trailblazers.
That's what I was about to say. I think it's going to be one of those three.
The Mavs, Trailblazers, Lakers. I think it's going to be one of those three that takes it all.
I agree with that because, you know, if either one of those teams can get past what they got going on, then definitely. Hell yeah. I mean, nobody else. The Rockets aren't going to do nothing. OKC's not going to do anything. Jazz, nothing. Nuggets might be a sleeper for someone. Like, that might be a tough time.
They got pieces to make it happen. They do have pieces. And going through these playoff series, because we saw last year with the Raptors, like, you get better after every one.
Definitely.
If Michael Porter Jr., if Bobo, if these individuals can go through like different series and slowly get better and better and like smarter and things like that, they might be able to close it out because they have depth on that team. It's kind of crazy. Paul Millsap too. I know Paul Millsap's not like an all-star, but he's a good like.
Millsap was also a part of that 1C Hawks team. Niggas not. They don't give him flowers.
The most fraudulent team in history. In history. But other than that, I mean, shit, man. Do y'all have anything else?
No, honestly, I hope, again, if you've listened this far, just make sure to, you know, follow the podcast on whatever you listen to it on. Make sure downloading those and, you know, sharing them with friends because you can't keep denying the world of greatness. And I'm sick of it.
Hey, you talking about?
Yes, sir, Ski. All right, and I'm Chuka.
I'm Ezigo.
I guess just Cullen.
Yeah, just Cullen.
Yeah.
He said just Cullen. This is the Offspace.
All right.
Yes, sir, Ski. And we out.
Yes,
Let's do it.
He's like, now turn the game on.